Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Nick Symmonds Show. I am your host, Nick Symmonds. If you are listening to this, then you managed to find my new podcast, The Nick Symmonds Show. If you're watching this, then you know that there is a video component to the show. Every single Saturday morning, this podcast drops on YouTube at my new channel, The Nick Symmonds Show. So welcome, you guys. Now you know where you can find it. Let's talk about what The Nick Symmonds Show is. The Nick Symmonds Show is a weekly podcast hosted by me, and I love to start the show off with about a 5 to 10 minute monologue where I talk about something that I think can be really helpful for you. We also talk about current events. I want to talk about, things that I think are really pertinent and important to me, but also are going to be applicable and important to you. Now, after I've done my morning monologue, I want to answer some Q&A from my subscribers. If you follow me on Instagram or on my main channel, Nick Symmonds, you know that probably my favorite thing to do is to interact with my subscribers. I absolutely appreciate them. And, the type of content creator that I am, I really create this content for you, but also with you. And that's exactly why the Nick Symmonds Show has a call-in section of the show. After my monologue, we are going to be taking live Q&A from some of my subscribers. And hopefully they're going to come to me prepared with their goals, their big, audacious goals. And I'm going to get a chance to sit down and help them build a path to ultimately achieving those goals. Now, why are goals important? I put this question out on Instagram the other day. I said, would you consider yourself a goal-driven person? And 90% of people said yes, they consider themselves goal-driven people. Now, I am a goal-driven person. I would take it one step further. I am a goal-obsessed person. I can't get through a day if I don't have goals outlined for myself. I'm going to say that again. It's very hard for me to get out of bed if I don't have goals set out for myself. And that's how I've been since I was a little kid. I think the first big audacious goal I set for myself was to become an Eagle Scout. And I did just before my 18th birthday at the cutoff. There is an age limit to getting your Eagle. Just before my 18th, I was able to get my Eagle. And the feeling of accomplishment, the feeling of pride that achievement gave me, I became addicted to it. And I think that is ultimately what allowed me to achieve other big audacious goals of mine, like to graduate college with a degree in biochemistry, to become a 2-time Olympian, to get my pilot's license. For me, having these goals outlaid for myself, it just gets me so amped up about life. I love the dopamine hit in my brain when I achieve a goal. But at the age of 37, having achieved a lot of these goals, I realized that the process of working towards these goals is equally important as the euphoria of actually achieving them. They give my life a sense of purpose. I set goals for all aspects of my life. There are goals for my family. There are goals for my fitness. There are goals for my business. It just gives me so much pleasure to wake up and work towards these things that are important to me. And I know that a lot of my listeners out there, a lot of my subscribers, goals are important to them too. And there are techniques that we can use that can make us more likely to achieve our goals. And on this show, we're going to dig into those techniques, and I'm going to teach you how I set my goals and how I ultimately achieve those goals. And it's a process you can do over and over and over again, and it's a very teachable skill. I'm not selling a course. I'm here to pass along this knowledge. Now, I think in episode 1, it is really important that we jump into what I would say is probably the most important lesson that I'm going to be able to teach you guys. This is the one that has helped me out the most, and it's how to set a SMART goal. There are different types of goal setting. I'm not taking credit for setting SMART goals, but this one has helped me probably more than almost any other technique. It's setting a goal in a way that makes it very attainable. So we're going to go through this acronym, SMART, and dig into what is a SMART goal, what's not a SMART goal, and it's probably going to, I guarantee each one of you right now has a big goal in your head, and by the end of this conversation, I think you're going to be able to reshape that goal into the kind of goal that becomes so achievable, you're going to feel absolute energy and ready to go out and tackle it. Now, let's jump right in. A SMART goal. A SMART goal is specific. State exactly what you want to accomplish. I'm going to use a goal that's not SMART throughout this to give you guys kind of a juxtaposition of what is and isn't a SMART goal. I want to run faster. That's not real specific, right? Like, it's a great wish, and it's a wish that I had a lot, as a younger man, and I know a lot of you wish to run faster, but that's really more of a wish, right? A goal, a smart, specific goal might be, I wish to break 2 minutes in the 800, or I wish to break 3 hours in the marathon. Do you see how adding that level of specificity now makes it kind of more, I don't want to say more attainable, but more, you can wrap your mind around it. You have a concrete metric. And that kind of leads me to number 2, letter M, the second part of this acronym. M, your goals are measurable. You're going to use smaller mini goals to measure your progress. So not only does breaking 3 hours, is that a measurable thing? Well, did you break 3 hours for the marathon or didn't you? That's very measurable. But you can also build what we call KPIs towards your measurable goal. So KPI, a key performance indicator. Let's say you are training to break 3 hours in the marathon. That's a great goal, but how are you going to know? I mean, training for a marathon can take 6 to 12 months. How are you going to know that you're on the path to being successful? Well, we use smaller mini goals to lead us to our ultimate goal. So your first goal, measurable goal, might be, I want to run my first 5-mile run without stopping and walking. You do that and you're well on your way to building the strength that you ultimately need to run a marathon. A second intermediate goal might be, I want to race my first half marathon. You race your first half marathon, you're halfway there to your ultimate goal. So we build these little, I call them building the stepping stones to your ultimate goal. And the cool thing about putting small intermediate goals in between your long-term goal is that as you tackle these little goals, you're building momentum and you're getting, again, that dopamine feedback that I am on the right path, that what I'm doing is working. So I absolutely love setting goals, little goals, medium goals on the way to my long-term goal. Now, is it achievable, right? That's the A in SMART. Is it an achievable goal? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 37. If I said I want to make the 2021 Tokyo Olympic team, that is not an achievable goal. And I've always been a pragmatist. I've always been the kind of person that sits down and says, okay, what can we achieve? Because if you set your goal too far, too high, it's demoralizing. You just look at this thing off in the distance and you may not be able to get there. It's hard to get out of bed if you don't think you can ultimately attain that goal. I'm constantly doing that for myself here with my business Run Gum, where I want to set an unachievable goal. And maybe that's a more appropriate goal, 2, 3, 5 years from now. But in the here and now, I need to be setting achievable goals. Now let's get to R, realistic. It kind of ties into achievable, but this, I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is my least favorite of the letters in the acronym, because realistic means, you're setting a goal that is relevant to your life. And I think for young people, this is especially important because we need to find success early on, right? Whether you're trying to get a college scholarship or you're trying to get your first job, it is important that you be realistic. But I also really believe in dreaming big, and sometimes we set goals for ourselves that maybe aren't realistic. Sometimes we set goals for ourselves that aren't just about, financial success or material success. It's okay to be dreamers. But I think certainly when we're starting to learn about goal setting, and certainly when we're younger, realistic goals are important because we will be less likely to get distracted if we're setting realistic goals. So, going back to something that's pertinent to me, if I said, I really want to be a yoga master. It's not really pertinent in my life. If I really wanted to, be the best ballerina, even though in the moment I might be feeling that goal, it's not super relevant to my life, and I may get distracted from that very easily. So when I set goals that are fitness related, when I set goals that are financially related or to my family, I know that I'm going to constantly be thinking, this is important to me because this is an important part of my life. And last, timely. And I really believe this may be the most important letter. I said R may be the least important letter. Well, T is definitely the most important letter of this acronym. Give yourself time, but set a deadline. So the reason why this is so important is it gives you motivation. It gives you a sense of accountability, right? If I say my goal is to break 3 hours in a marathon, well, that is a great goal. It is a smart goal, but without adding a timeline, a deadline, I could just have that goal kind of floating around in the ether in perpetuity. If I say my goal is to break 3 hours in the marathon before the end of 2021, Well, now I just lit a fire into my butt because I have a clock ticking and I got to get going if I'm going to achieve that goal before the end of the year. So I always add a timestamp, a deadline to my goals, and it creates a massive, massive amount of accountability. Now, that's just how I set my goals. There's a number of ways that I then outline little things that I do to help make myself more likely to achieve those goals. That's a totally another episode. Maybe we'll jump into that next week. But I want to hear from some callers. I want to hear what you guys have decided is your big goal. And then I think today would be a really appropriate way for us to take people's goals and ultimately shape them into SMART goals. So we're going to jump into that right now. We're going to take our first caller. All right, we got our first caller. What's up, Philip? How you doing?
Hey, great. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you calling from?
Statesboro, Georgia.
Love it. How's Georgia today?
It's beautiful.
We got a nice day up here in Eugene, Oregon as well.
Yeah. Hey, I've been leaving comments on some of your posts. I'm a pilot.
Oh, great.
So if you ever get down to Georgia, I've got a twin and a single to fly around.
Heck yeah, man. I've got my single engine land and I'm working on my instrument rating right now, but I'd love to go up in that twin with you for sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Hey, Philip, so on this, thank you, man. I appreciate it. On this show, I'm trying to help people achieve their big, audacious goals. What's a big, audacious goal you've set for yourself this year?
Well, if I can get my knees right, I'm going to run, I think I'm going to run a 5:30 mile.
I love that. Hey, Philip, if you don't mind me asking,
that guy right there?
What's that?
Can you see that right there?
I can see that, yeah.
Can you see who signed it? I got somebody cool to sign it.
Is it Billy Mills?
Yeah.
Nice. Incredible. All right. Hey, Philip, if you don't mind me asking for our listeners that aren't watching the video, how old are you?
I'm 62.
You're 62 and you're trying to run a 5:30 mile. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, now I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you achieve this goal. Okay. We're going to walk through and make it a SMART goal. I think this is a specific goal. You want to break 5:30. What are some things that you think you could do between now and then that would help you achieve this goal? You know, we obviously want to set a time for it, but what do you think you can do between now and then to help yourself?
I'm already doing them, so I'm kind of working on my leg strength, and I've had a problem. Never had it when I was a runner. Have it now. I'm tearing. Blood shows up in my but behind my knees, tearing my hamstrings and my soleus. So both legs, multiple times, trying to work it out. Doing a bunch to do that.
Are you getting some PT work and doing some massage and all the things you got to do?
You wouldn't believe what I have. You would not believe it.
I love
it. Hey, I almost you beat me on the road the other day. It really upset me. I think you got 27 seconds. I got 31.
What was this?
You did like a 20 cal row.
Oh, the row. Yeah.
20 cal. Yeah.
The video with Nick Bear. That was a tough one, man.
Yeah. I still got you beat on the hang, though.
I'm horrible at that one. But hey, I want to get back to your goal real quick. So I think you've got a specific goal. You've got a measurable goal. It's achievable. It's realistic, but we have to add a timestamp, right? So you want to break 5:30 the mile. By what date do you want to have achieved this goal?
Well, we're going to put it out till after I get my knees and my legs functioning properly. So I'm working on that.
Okay.
Let's give me 3 months. Well, then I got to start building a base. But and like I said, I'm 62, but I'm the healthiest 60. I may not be the healthiest 62-year-old you met, but I'm right there.
I love it. I love that attitude.
Anyhow, we could. You're an Olympian. I dreamed of being an Olympian.
It was a past life for me.
Yeah, I dreamed of it. I had failures, so.
Well, hey, you got that multi-engine. You got that multi-engine rating. So next time I'm down in Georgia, you can teach me a thing or two.
I got a jet type rating too.
Dang.
So,
Where'd you fly jets?
yeah, I just bought into one and got a type rating, a single pilot 525 type rating for a citation jet.
Love it. All right, Phillip, thank you so much for being our first caller, man. I'll see you sometime down in Georgia.
Man, yeah, holler at me.
Appreciate you, Phillip. I will.
We'll see you. Bye.
All right. How about Phillip, our first guest? Let's jump right into another one. I love doing this. Let's see who we got in the queue here, Ryan. Hey, what's up? Isaiah, how you doing? Isaiah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Arlington, Washington.
Nice. How's Washington today?
It's really nice out. I think it'll be about 50 degrees out today. Nice and sunny.
Shouldn't you be in school?
We're in spring break right now.
Oh, nice, man. Good for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Well, what are you doing with your spring break?
Spring break, track practice, and catching up on schoolwork.
Good, man. Are you guys doing in-person learning now?
Yeah, we just started about a couple weeks ago.
Okay, good. Good to hear it. Hey, so on this show, I'm helping people achieve their biggest goals. What's your biggest goal for 2021?
My biggest goal would be, probably breaking 15 in the 5K.
That's a great goal. I don't think I ever even did that. You're a fantastic runner, man. That's a very, very good goal. It's a specific goal. It's a measurable goal. Would you say it's an achievable goal? Is this something you think you can do?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Love that attitude. Love it, man. It's realistic. It's pertinent to your life. Do you aspire to one day run in college?
Yeah. I should be signing with the team pretty soon.
Love it. Okay, so now we got to put a timestamp on this. When do you want to accomplish this goal by?
I would like to accomplish this. I was actually thinking about going down to the Nick Symmonds Track Classic.
Heck yeah.
Because that's May 24th, I think, is the 5K. I was thinking about shooting for that there.
That's right. For those of you who are new to this channel or new to following me, I put on a series of track events every single spring. Right now, we're in week 2 of 8 of the Nick Symmonds Track Classic. We filmed 100 yesterday, and Isaiah is mentioning that we're going to have the 5K filmed here in Eugene, Oregon on May 24th. For more details, you guys can go over to my Instagram at Nick Symmonds. I got all the details posted. Isaiah, if you come down here and you run around 15 minutes, you're going to beat me by like 5 minutes. You know that, right?
I'll do my best.
All right. You got 7 weeks to train for this goal. I love this goal. Now, for those of you out there, who have your own 5K goals, I just want to talk about training for the 5K a little bit. I do have a book out. It's called How to Be a Better Runner, and it talks a lot about periodization. It talks a lot about sharpening. These are the kind of things that you're going to need to understand if you're trying to tackle, a running goal. I think this is a really great resource. You can go to nicksymmonds.com and download that as a digital download, or I have hand autographed copies of that book also. But I really think, in any running goal, in any fitness goal for that matter, you really do need to understand periodization. It's probably the most critical part. So Isaiah, can I talk to you a little bit about how you've been periodizing for this goal?
Yeah. So you're just talking about like my training block in general, right?
Exactly. Did you run cross country this year?
Yeah, we did a virtual season and I ran my final race back on November 20th.
How'd that go?
That went pretty well. I ran 15:30 for a 5K on a course.
Isaiah, you're a really good runner.
Thank you.
You're like a really good runner. How do you stack up in the state of Washington?
So that put me, I think, 13th, regardless of classification for the virtual season.
Yeah. Incredible. What year are you?
Nice though. Oh, I'm a senior.
Okay. Do you know where you want to go to school next year?
Hopefully WSU. I'm talking to the head coach there right now.
Wazoo. I love it. I think you may end up being teammates with a buddy of mine, Evan DeRunner, who's been in a lot of my YouTube videos. I think he's looking at Wazoo as well.
Oh yeah, I went down to race this summer. I think it was in July or August, and when you raced the mile against your subscribers, I cooled down with him, and I remember he was talking about that.
Oh, very cool. Well, that'd be great, man. I think that's a great program. It's a great team. I'm wishing you a ton of success. Is there anything you'd like to ask me, in preparation for your goal, in preparation for your phenomenal senior campaign here this spring?
Yeah, just I have my first track meet this Thursday, and my PR I ran 2:02 this summer off of base training. So my goal is to run 1:58 this this Thursday. What do you think my game plan should be for that?
I love it. I appreciate Isaiah asking me about the 800. That is my bread and butter. I always tell people this when the goal is to run a fast 800. Maybe it's not a sit and kick race, which of course was my favorite, but let's say we're time trialing an 800. It has shown time and time again, whether you're a 4.8 guy or an 8.15 guy, that almost invariably a +2 or at the most a +3 second differential, that's physiologically the best way to run the 800. So for example, Isaiah says he wants to run 158. I'm really bad at math. Hold on. Let's say you want to run sub 2. You're going to go out in 58. You're going to come back in 60. You add up the tenths of a second, it's going to come in right around 159xx. So if you want to run 158, that's probably going to be going out in 56, 57, coming back in 59. So what I'm trying to get at here is try to have your first lap be 2 seconds faster than your second lap. And as a distance runner, this is going to be extremely important for you because the sprinters can get away with it a little bit. They're more used to going out really hard and kind of dying a death a little bit. They may look for a +3 second differential. Dwayne Solomon, who I famously raced many, many times, he was comfortable with a +3 or +4 second differential. But my personal best at the 2012 Olympic Games, I ran 50.5. And I came back in 52.4. So very, very, very close to 2 second differential. And in that exact same race, where the world record was set by David Rudisha, +2 second differential. So for you to go out in 57 and come back in 59, that's going to be, that's going to be touching right at 158. That's how I would do it if I was you.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, man. I can't wait to see you at the Nick Symmonds Track Classic, May 24th.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Bye, Isaiah.
All right. Bye. Have a good one.
Yeah, 15:30 is no joke. I think my best as a pro was like 15:49. All right, next caller, Tyler. What's up? Tyler Spears, how you doing? Tyler, can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, sorry, I was I wasn't paying attention. I couldn't really see what was going on.
No worries at all. I'm glad you're here now. Are you a YouTuber?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why don't you
a little bit smaller.
My buddy's here telling me you're a YouTuber. Plug your channel real quick.
Yeah. Tyler Spears on YouTube. Look me up, like 4K subs or so.
Boom. That's awesome. How old are you?
21, senior in college right now. Which
Good for you, man.
Crazy.
You can go all full time into the YouTubing?
Thank you. That would be the dream, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I'll tell you what, obviously I love YouTube. Where are you calling from today?
Blacksburg, Virginia Tech.
Awesome, man. And you're about to graduate?
Yeah. So I actually took a semester off, so I'm graduating in the winter.
Okay.
So in December.
Cool. Well, man.
Yeah, but so what is Sky? I gotta just ask some questions like.
So I'm going to give you a chance.
I'm
going to give you a chance to ask me some questions, but first I'm going to ask you a question. On this show, we like to help people achieve their big, audacious goals. I want to know, what's your big, audacious goal for 2021?
I mean, beginning of the year goals are pretty important. I wrote down a few.
Good.
And I mean, YouTube growth, I had goal of 10K subs. So,
okay. I think that's realistic.
So, I mean, that's why I kind of wanted to ask you some virality questions, stuff like that.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you out just a little bit with your goal, and then you can ask me anything. Now, it's a specific goal. You want to get to 10K subs. Obviously, that's measurable. I think it's very realistic. As a YouTuber, I think going from 4K to 10K, it's very manageable. But let's put a timestamp on it. When do you want to achieve this? Is it by the end of the term? Is it by the end of the calendar year? When do you want to hit 10K subs?
Yeah, December 31st, 2021.
Perfect. Time stamped. And you told me that you write it down. And for our listeners that maybe haven't followed me, I always say you have to write your goals down. It makes you 42% more likely to achieve it. Have you written this goal down?
Yeah, for sure. Every month I go and look at all my goals, see how I'm progressing in them.
Dude, that's awesome. You know what? I'm telling you, you are going to achieve this goal. It's just a matter of time. You're doing everything right. I think what I do is at the beginning of every single month, I write down how many subscribers I have. And sometimes I feel demoralized. I feel like the channel's not growing fast enough. But I go back and I have it plotted in an Excel spreadsheet. And I look at that chart. I look at that growth. And in my moments of weakness where I think I can't achieve my goals, I just go, no, look at that line. You know, you just extrapolate that line and I will get there. And I remember when I was a really small channel and I just thought, this is going freaking nowhere. You know, we had maybe, you know, like you, I made 4,000 or 5,000 subs and I was picking up 100 or 200 subs a month. And I thought to myself, this is never going to get, you know, where I want it to go. But it was growing, you know, and I could only get better. So, you know, right now I think you're onto something. I want to answer all your YouTube related questions. Hit me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love talking stats and stuff, and optimization and everything like that. So I guess like to start off, obviously like you really are big on like the viral content, and stuff like that. So like, is that where you see, because I feel like there's almost two sects of running YouTube right now, like virality, like big, clickable, very easy, like easy to watch videos, and then there's the legit pro life, kind of more elite, like workout style. So what do you think like the caps are individually on each?
Great question.
Is a cap?
Great question. And this is something that Ryan and I, my videographer, have talked about a lot. You know, when I started my YouTube channel, I actually started it 2 weeks before I was going to retire as a pro runner. And I thought to myself, what a great time. I mean, I was a vlogger technically because I was vlogging each day of the last 2 weeks of my pro career. Those videos are still out there at my main channel, Nick Symmonds, if you want to go back 3 years and watch them. They're not edited very well. They're shot on my iPhone, but you know what? You got to start somewhere. So to answer your question, you know, I see the hardcore runners out there. Like, you know, the Athlete Special does a great job, you know, and then Ali Ostrander's doing a great job. And I think I did a good job up till about 30,000 subs, just keeping it really, really niche running content. But for me, and I would say it goes back to motivation to a certain extent, like the why of your goal. If the goal is to teach people about running, if the goal is to showcase your skills at running, then being a really niche, like hyper focused on the workouts, that's probably what you want to do. But if your goal is to get as many views as possible, which for me as an entrepreneur trying to get views on my brand, I recognize that there's only so many people out there that want to watch niche workout content. But there's a lot of people out there that want to watch me running around in a turtle costume on Venice Beach, which has 6.6 million views now. So to answer your question, I think that going for virality is not bad, but you can't do it prematurely, right? You have to have this base of very loyal followers that are going to help you get your videos trending. So when I drop a viral video, and trust me, I've got ideas for the most viral videos ever, but just dropping a viral video out of context won't work. You have to make sure it resonates with your base. So step one, I say, will my current audience like this video? Then step two is, will a cold audience, once YouTube algorithm has shown it to my core audience and they like it, then this is just me, and I don't work for Google, I don't work for YouTube, did not write the algorithm. This is my experience with the algorithm. If it tests well with your subscribers, they're going to start showing it to a bigger and bigger audience. So initially they're gonna test it with your subscribers. And then if it does well with them, they may test it with people who are not subscribed to your channel, but are very like your subscribers. And then eventually they're going to, just like a layers of an onion, they open it up to a new audience. And so when I did Race Me on Venice Beach in that turtle costume, my most viewed video with almost 7 million views now, I said, this is running related, so it's probably going to do well with my audience. It's fitness related. And then it's on Venice Beach, you know, which is very SEO friendly. It tends to go viral. And it's a longer video, which I think, you know, YouTube obviously is trending towards longer videos now. And so I kind of just went through the list. Does it tick all of these different boxes? And I thought to myself, this one has a chance to go viral. Now, that being said, chasing viral views is very much a roller coaster. Ryan and I will make a video and we'll look at each other and we'll say, that is a viral video, and it won't go anywhere. And sometimes we'll drop a video where I'm just like, it just ticks the box. You know, it is just another video, and it'll go freaking to 1 million views overnight. You to some extent, you can't predict these things. And that comes back to my number one rule of YouTubing. I tell every single YouTuber this: consistency, consistency, consistency. And AJ Lepre taught me that one. He said, you're just going to drop a video on the same schedule over and over and over again. Try to make it the best video you can. and some of them are going to go. You know, some of them are going to go. So we drop a video on my main channel every single Sunday morning. And I kiss the video and send it out into the world, you know, praying that it's going to go viral. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, it's all the hope.
Exactly.
So yeah, I have a kind of a follow-up.
Yeah.
So obviously, like the Race Me for $100, like massive a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But the trend has kind of
played out.
died.
Yeah, I would say it's played out.
It's not as strong.
Exactly.
Right.
When we started that
It's
concept, and I started that again was a recommendation by AJ, who did Dunk on Me win $100. And he said, Nick, you need to go out with a sign and just start racing strangers for $100. And I did that, and that is really overnight what doubled our subscribers. We went from 30,000 subs to 60,000 subs in one video on that concept, right? But then it got played out. And now even when I drop it, even though I came up with the concept, when I drop a Race Me for $100, it doesn't do anything anymore. So originality is important. I think that dropping something that is really original, that somebody's never seen before. You got to remember there's tens of millions or billions of people out there, and they're being fed a lot of the same stuff over and over again. They want to see something they've never seen before. That's one of the reasons they're on YouTube.
So what's next? What's the big trend coming up?
That's a really good question. This kid asks all the right questions. Tyler, you're going to be a phenomenally successful YouTuber because you're a student of the YouTube, right? So I want to really just, to our listeners who are hearing Tyler ask all the right questions, he's a student of his own goal, right? So his goal is to get to 10,000 subs, and he's not afraid to ask experts. You know, I've mentioned AJ Lepre multiple times. I've talked to so many YouTubers. I'm friends with Danny Duncan. I'm friends with Blacktip H. I've talked to these guys and I say, tell me your secrets. You know, ask the experts, right? You just shaved yourself a ton of learning curve by asking the experts and learning from the experts. I also think there's some really good resources on YouTube itself about how the algorithm works, about how other people have found success. And I continue to try to learn from these successful YouTubers to make my own channel better. I think the thing that I've done well is tell a story. You know, like the Nick Symmonds Track Classic tells a story. Hey, we're going to have 8 races over the next 8 weeks. So chances are if you like the 100, you're going to like the 200. If you like the 200, you're going to like the 400. I would like to see if I can make it to 1 million subs on really running niche content or like really fitness focused content. I think that I can do it, but I think long term for me, of all the YouTubers that inspire me the most, it's got to be Mr. Beast. And that's may sound cliche because everybody loves Mr. Beast. You know, I also love Mark Rober. I love a lot of different creators, but for me, what Beast is doing, he's pushing the envelope of what it takes to make a viral video, right? I think his budget right now per video is $250,000. Now, I don't want to do the way that Beast has done, but I think that pushing the envelope in terms of like philanthropy and competition, I think there's a space for a guy like me to come in and do something along those lines. So once the Nick Symmonds Track Classic is over, I've got an idea for a unbelievably viral series. I can't give it away just yet, but stay tuned for that one. That'll be on my main channel, Nick Symmonds. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously like the biggest name in running. I mean, even retired, you could argue you're more well known now through YouTube.
Absolutely.
And I think like that just like the possibilities are endless. Like once you have the audience, like you kind of broken out enough that you're able to do anything in running that you'd want to do. And it's huge potential. Really.
I think that any single person out there who wants to be their own boss, wants to start a business, wants to be an entrepreneur, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you're not doing it right. I just can't believe I pinch myself. I have nightmares at night that YouTube is going to like shut down. YouTubing is YouTubing financially, YouTubing as an entrepreneur is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. It is unfair. It's an unfair advantage that we have this resource as entrepreneurs, as brand builders, as business leaders. I love YouTube so much. It's probably why I just started this new channel. So I've got 3 channels now, and each channel has a different focus. So I've got the Nick Symmonds 2 channel that's really educational, short clips designed to help people. I would call that quantity over quality, in the sense that it's not high-end production. You watch a Nick Symmonds video on my main channel, and that's high-end production. Those are expensive to make. They're very well edited. We only drop 1 a week. We try to make it the best, most viral video we can. Then you come to Nick Symmonds 2, And we've got, maybe not the most flashy editing, but it's really good content still, and it comes out daily. And now you have the Nick Symmonds Show, and this is my first test of like really long form content. This will be 40 minutes to an hour, but I hope that this is the kind of content that really helps people. I don't see this channel as making money. I don't intend to monetize it. I just really, really want to give back with this channel.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I think the trend too in YouTube has gone to like multiple channels because like you said, on your main channel, you want to keep it very viral, keep it smart in the algorithm.
It's my last.
It's super smart to brand.
Thank you, Tyler. This is my last point, and along those lines, you need to be building momentum, right? So if I have, a great video and a great video and a great video, they start to trend up, and then if all of a sudden I drop like a 3-minute video of me just talking to camera, which would do fine on Nick Symmonds too, because that's what that channel's about. That would destroy my momentum on my main channel. So, you've got to keep the momentum up. The algorithm, I don't know what line of code this is, but it definitely rewards you for hitting banger after banger after banger.
For sure. Yeah, you got to get the trend going and then just keep ramping it up.
Yeah. Ryan's laughing at me yelling out banger over here.
Yeah. That's the word. That's what you got to use, though.
Who coined that?
So
Is that Mr. Beast that coined that?
What? It must have
I think
been.
it is. I think he's the one that calls them bangers. But guys, for those of you who are listening that don't know what a banger is a great YouTube video that is just, ready to go viral, and that's what we're all aspiring for. Tyler,
so what do you consider a successful view count right now?
Good
on your
question.
Main channel and the second channel.
It's a great question. I think when I started out, like I still remember when we first hired Ryan. I said, Ryan, I'll tell you what, if you can get one video over 100,000 views, I'll buy you any pair of shoes you want. And he did it like 2 weeks later. And I think that video has a couple million views now. But that was only 2 years ago. We hired Ryan 2 years ago. And that's what I was considering a successful video. Now, if we drop a video and it doesn't get 100,000 views, I'm like, what did we do wrong? For me, I would say my expectation, maybe not in the short term, but in the long term, is that every single video we drop gets at least 250,000 views. That's kind of the bar that I'm looking for right now. And I'm excited about the day when that metric for success is, 1 million views or more. And it's again, it comes down to consistency. The game you're playing right now is the exact same game I'm playing, which is consistency, consistent growth, become better every single day. I even hear Mark Rober and Mr. Beast saying, I want to continue to get better and better at this. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, if you're not improving every video, it's going to stagnate. It's like 5% better every video.
Exactly.
Even 1%.
If you get 1% better every single video, your channel will grow like lightning, I promise. All right, Tyler, man, I appreciate it. This was a really fun chat. I love talking YouTube, and I can't wait to see you hit your goal this year.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Tyler. All right, talking a little bit of YouTube. Oh, I freaking love YouTube. Ryan, do you like YouTube? It's Ryan's favorite thing in the world, too. Let's take another caller.
Hello, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Sir, I'm doing fine.
Hey, I
didn't expect that you.
What's that?
I didn't expect it, sir. That you.
Hey, can you tell me how to pronounce your name?
Asuthosh.
Asuthosh. I like that. Where are you calling from?
Sir, I'm calling from India.
What part of India?
Sir, Bangalore.
Bangalore?
Bangalore, sir.
Yeah, I've always wanted to come visit India. Oddly enough, I look at my YouTubing metrics, and I have a really big following in India. I'd love to come visit you guys sometime.
Yes, sir. Please come to India, sir. These are my medals.
Okay, for those of you who aren't on the YouTube channel right now, this kid has so many medals. Dude, how many medals do you have there?
Sir, I don't remember, sir. Most of them are from nationals and state meets.
What's your event?
Sir, 3,000 meter steeplechase.
3,000 steeple. What's your best 3,000 steeple?
Sir, actually till last year I was doing under 18 2,000 meter steeplechase. My best is 608 in 2,000 meters.
Oh, for 2,000 meters.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. When are you going to step up to the 3K?
Sir, this year actually, I had a ligament tear, sir, this year in Olympic selection trials.
Yeah.
So I'm in rest now. Doctor has prescribed 1 month rest.
All right. Well, rest those legs up, man. I can't wait to see how you do in the 3K. How old are you?
Sir, I'm 19 now.
Okay, you're still really young. I mean, I know steeplechasers that run well into their late 20s, early 30s, man. So you're just getting started.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I'm studying physiotherapy also simultaneously, doctor. I'm also like you only.
Studying to be a doctor.
Physiotherapy simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy to
So
manage.
Yeah, sir. Just now I'm just studying anatomy.
You got the anatomy books right there. So
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, in college, I went to a Division III university, and I was studying to be a doctor while running. And that's one of the reasons I went to a D3 school, because it's not easy as you're saying, it's not easy to manage the studying and the running at the same time. How are you doing that?
Sir, I'm managing somehow, sir.
You're what?
I'm managing somehow. It's very difficult.
Well,
like morning, I wake up early at 3 o'clock or something. Then I go for running.
yeah.
I do my workouts and then I go to college.
And that's pretty much your life right now, isn't it?
Yeah, sir.
So for those of you who are curious about how I structured my college days, and I have so many college listeners, and they're always saying, how did you manage everything in college? For me, it was just like the lifestyle you just described. I woke up in the morning, I got my morning run out of the way, and then I was in classes from about 8 to noon, and then I was in labs from noon to 3, and then I went out for my afternoon session, with the team from 3 to 5 or 3 to 6, and then, invariably I was in the library from like 6 to midnight. It was a grind. It was an absolute grind, and I got a lot of respect for how hard you're working. What's that?
It's almost the same life which I'm leading now, sir.
Well, man,
I hope once I become successful like you.
I'll just tell you this: the hard work will pay off. Whether you become a pro runner or a doctor or pivot into something else, the hard work will pay off, man. So keep grinding.
Much,
what's your big goal for this year?
So this year, actually, there's a new nationals coming up under 23. So I want to do a national record in that.
Okay, and what would the national record be U23 right now for your event?
This year is the first time they are conducting an under 23 championship.
Okay.
So there's no national record yet, but I have to do a gold in the national championship. So it will be the new national record.
So you're going to go out there and run the national record?
Yeah. And qualify for World University Games.
I love it. What date does that go down?
So it was supposed to be in the August this year, but it's postponed to next year in 2022.
Got it. All right. Well, hey, put your head down, do the work, and just know that it's going to pay off. I promise.
Thank you so much, sir. I wanted to start a business.
Yeah.
Sports supplements. Any tips for the starting of business? How to promote the tablets?
So, in the supplement game, I love supplements because I kind of geek out on it as a guy with a biochemistry background. Like, I just love supplements. I think that formulated right, they can help not only you, but help a lot of people. It's one of the reasons I created Run Gum. I created Run Gum for myself to help me run faster, but then I realized that it could help so many other people in any aspect of their life, whether they were running into a meeting or running errands. This is a product that could help people. So I think for starters, I think you should create a product that you want and create a product that you think can help people. Once you've done that, I'm going to go back to our last caller. Start a YouTube channel, man. The best thing in the world for entrepreneurs, the most powerful thing in the world for entrepreneurs right now, it's YouTube.
I just want to show you something.
Yeah.
Just a minute. See, sir, I brought all the boxes. My dad is doing this actually.
Yeah.
And we have brought a tablet supply for this is the first lot.
Yeah.
Which we are trying now. And we hope that it goes well. Just we are starting with a basic joint support, multivitamin, and other things.
Hey, for those of you not on the YouTube channel right now, just listening, Asuthosh has a massive setup going on. He's got the supplies. They're pressing tablets. And I'll tell you what, this is exactly how my business partner and I started Run Gum. So you, sir, you're on the right path. I want you to put your head down. I want you to keep working hard. I want you to stay focused on your goals. I want you to kick butt.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Good talking with you.
Sir, one screenshot, sir. Just a screenshot.
Yeah, screenshot. There we go. See you, man.
Sir, I'm seeing Rayan's screen. Just.
You get it?
Yeah, sir.
Awesome. Talk to you soon. Declan, what's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Declan, how many of my videos have you been in?
I think 2 now.
2. Dude, I appreciate it. So For those of you who haven't seen my videos on my main channel, Nick Symmonds, Declan and your family, you flew all the way out from Florida to race me.
Yeah.
Did you have fun at that event?
Yeah.
So do you know that the Nick Symmonds Track Classic 2.0 is going on right now?
Oh yeah, I read about it. Yeah.
Have you booked your tickets yet?
No, I don't think that we're going.
I think it worked out really well last time because I think you guys were on a bit of a break, but are you back in school now?
We have like a spring break this week.
Yeah.
But next week we're back in.
Good. And are you training?
Yeah.
I see you got the Run Gum t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. So on this new channel, I'm talking to my fans, yourself included, my friends, and I'm trying to help them achieve their big goals this year. What's your big goal for 2021?
Well, my goal for the entire thing, right now I'm in track season over summer.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing. So I really want to break 11 minutes for the 2 mile.
Nice. That's a good goal.
Yeah.
2 miles tough. I remember, I can't remember where my PR ended up, but I think at my senior year, I ran 9:35 for 2 miles, 3,200. What year are you right now?
I'm a freshman right now.
Freshman. Dude, if you ran sub 11 as a freshman, that would be phenomenal. Be really good running. Gosh, it's so funny to me. I'm thinking back to my days as a runner. When I ran the 2 mile, I started running track my sophomore year of college. My sophomore year of high school, and my best as a sophomore was 10:24. So you're a full year younger than me, and not far off that time. How are you going to run 11? And is your goal to run it this season?
Yeah, I want to run it this season because right now I'm at 11:06.
Yeah.
I just have to get off 6 seconds. I think I have to be better at pacing.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to pace like during the 2 mile.
What kind of pacing have you been running in the 2 mile?
Well, my coach says to go for like 80s every lap.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I try to do, just every lap. And then I just
nice and consistent.
Start kind of slow, then speed up as time goes on.
In distance running especially, I think we can talk about middle distance pacing, and that's a different story. But in distance running, and I'm talking anything from 2 mile up, I love even pacing. I love just dead even pacing. And the analogy I like to use is when you're driving a car, if you're constantly accelerating a little bit, your gas mileage suffers, right? That's one of the reasons we use cruise control, because we get better gas mileage. Think about your own engine. If you're constantly accelerating and decelerating, you're using up that gas. It's less efficient. If you can just press that cruise control, if you can go 80, 80, 80, 80, kick off that pace, that's going to be physiologically much easier for you. So it sounds like you got great coaching. Sounds like you got a good plan. Is the goal to have this done this spring season?
Yeah, this Thursday I have a meet and I'm running it there. I'm going to try to break it there.
Dude, how about this? Declan ready to set a timestamp on his goal. It's this Thursday. Declan, I'm wishing you a ton of success in your goal. Will you do me a favor? Will you let me know how this goes? I know you and I have messaged back and forth on Instagram a bit. Let me know how this goal goes.
Okay.
And then I hope to see you back out here in Eugene someday.
Okay.
Maybe you'll run for the Ducks.
Yeah.
All right, Declan. I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
He got the Run Gum shirt on and everything. He's gonna pop some Run Gum and run like 10:52. That's my prediction. All right, let's take another caller. Hey Jackson, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Cool. Not much.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is awesome.
Yeah, man. This is what we're all about. Just connecting with the fans. How you been?
I'm doing good.
Where are you calling from?
I got the rare opportunity to be quarantined right now at my school.
Oh no! Why are you quarantined?
Yeah. But I just exposure to a kid, but that just gave me the opportunity to get on here.
When what is the famous saying? When one door closes, another one opens. So here you are.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, are you feeling all right? First of all, he's quarantined. Are you feeling okay?
Oh no, I'm completely fine. I'm itching to go out after a run, after school's done,
Yeah.
But
yeah. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Parker, Colorado.
Okay. Awesome. Great place to be a runner.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I love the hills out here. The weather can be annoying sometimes. It'll be 50 degrees 1 hour.
Yeah.
Next 5 minutes, it'll be like hailing and snowing.
I grew up in Boise. Very, very similar. So Anyways, man, I'd love to hear what your goals are for this year. On this new channel, that's what I'm helping people do. I'm helping them achieve their big goals. What's your big goal for 2021?
Well, I want to run college.
Yeah.
Well, right now I run cross country with the 5K,
Mm-hmm.
and I started off my freshman year at a 32-minute 5K. So now I got it down to about a 20-25.
Wow.
Last season.
That's a big drop in time. How'd you do that?
It's a big, it's just been the dedication. I have not run before freshman year, and I just kind of picked it up, and I just got a new love for running. So,
Good.
It's just kind of, I don't know, just picked it up, but I want to run in college. So I got to try and get it down.
What year are you right now?
What
year are you right now?
I'm a junior.
So you got time, man. You got lots of time to continue improving. I would say. What's that?
Oh, I'm in my track season right now. So
I would say that my heart goes out to all the kids that are class of 2020, class of 2021, 2022. I mean, your careers really got derailed. Like right now you're saying you're sitting in quarantine, and that can't be easy. And I think that this generation of high school and college kids are going to be so tough, right? Because you guys were thrown obstacles that I was never thrown, that the boomers were never thrown, the Gen X was never thrown. The fact that you guys were able to have your lives completely derailed in such a monumental way at such a young age, I think it's going to make you very, very resilient. And I can't wait to see the kind of things that you guys accomplish. So the goal is, remind me, the goal in 5K is to run what?
I want to get it down to below an 18-minute.
Sub 18 5K.
Mm-hmm.
I think where you're at and your age, I think that's very realistic. Do you want to do that this year, or is the goal to do that next year?
The goal to do is next cross-country season, so coming August.
Yeah. Now let's talk about some of the things that you can be doing this spring and summer to help you achieve that goal. You are running track this year.
Yes.
And what events are you going to be focusing on in track?
Right now, this is my first track season. I had not done track freshman, sophomore year. So right now in the preseason, I'm just kind of racing all the races, figuring out, where my field is right now. And I'm looking at the 1 miler right now. So,
well, what I'll say is that because your big goal is to break 18 in the 5K, anything you do on the track this year is going to help, right? Anything that you do is going to be helping your speed. It's going to be helping your turnover. It's going to be keeping you fit. But what is truly going to make that goal the most realistic goal that you can possibly have is what you do this summer. Now, I may be preaching to the choir, but this was one of the hardest things for me in high school. In the summer, it's easy. It's tempting to want to sleep in. It's tempting to want to skip a run and go play at the lake with your friends. But the work that you do this summer, the base that you build this summer, that is what's going to set up your entire season. So I hope I'm preaching to the choir here. I hope you know what I'm saying. You got to put your head down and you got to put the work in this summer.
That's why I'm actually happy about all these quarantines is, when you get quarantined, you don't get to go out and run with all your buddies. You really have to put in the motivation and the dedication
completely
to go out and run yourself. And it's really hard to go out running when you're quarantined.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Jackson, you have such a good attitude about all this.
Mm-hmm.
You really have a good attitude about all the curveballs that have been thrown your way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we go, is there anything you want to ask me? Anything about your goals or anything at all? I'm an open book.
I just got to give a shout out to my friend Kaysen. That's all I got to say.
Shout out to Kaysen.
He's in school right now. So,
sorry, Kaysen.
Make it.
Yeah, we're not in school. Sorry, man. All right. Shout out to Kaysen Jackson, man. I'm really, I'm proud of your attitude and I can't wait to see you accomplish your goal this year.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thanks for calling in. No, I wouldn't have had that attitude at his age. I'd have been complaining the whole time. Michaela, what's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. You're our first female caller today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Redding, California.
Oh, that's a beautiful area.
Yes, I love it here. So questions, I guess. I have 2. Are you cool with that?
I'm super cool with it. You can ask me anything, but I get to ask the first question.
Okay.
So on this new channel, on this show, I'm trying to help people achieve their big, audacious goals. And I want to know what your biggest goal is this year.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I got one for you.
Hit me.
Okay. So I would love to come to the track event, the 5K in May.
She's talking about the Nick Symmonds Track Classic.
Yes. And that's one of my goals this year.
Okay.
But one of the other big ones is I'm trying to get into Spokane Falls Community College.
Oh, cool.
And I want to run steeplechase for them.
Very cool.
Because that's my event. I love the steeplechase.
Let's take this one by one. First of all, your goal of running at the Nick Symmonds Track Classic, it's a very achievable goal because everyone is welcome at the Nick Symmonds Track Classic.
Yes.
I have a feeling that this 5K is going to be nuts because it's the last event. Everybody loves the 5K, and I've already heard from people all over the United States that say they're flying in for this one. So we're just a short drive north. All you got to do is drive up by 5. You can't miss it, and we're right there. So I hope to see you May 24th. But let's talk about your steeplechase goal. You run the 3K steeple?
Yeah, I've run 2K steeple, but I plan to run 3K in college. So yeah.
Do they run the 2K at the high school level?
Yes.
And then they bump you up to 3K at college?
Yup.
That's a big jump.
It is a big jump.
Dang. All right. So how's the 2K been going for you?
The 2K's been going pretty good. I was about 5 seconds from my school record.
Wow. Are you a senior?
I was a senior in 2020.
Okay.
So class of 2020.
Yeah, it's the class of 2020, man. I feel bad for you guys.
Oh man.
That's a brutal class year. So did you get to have your senior season?
No, I did not.
Okay. Wow, that's rough.
Yeah, it was very rough.
I'm gonna put this out there. I think you would have gotten your school record.
Oh yeah, I totally would have. I was running with all of my varsity guys. My easy days were like 7:30s pace.
Yeah.
So like I was headed for 3 school records actually.
Dang. Oh my gosh, that's brutal.
And guess what? One of them was the 800.
The best event in track and field.
The best one.
All right. So how are we going to get your goal back on track? What you said the goal was to get to, is it Spokane Community?
Spokane Community Falls.
Yeah. So
Spokane Falls Community.
Spokane Falls Community. That's in Spokane, Washington.
Yep.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place in this world. How are we going to set this? One, do you want to get recruited? Do they have a track team?
They have a track and cross country team, and I would love to be recruited.
Have you been speaking to the coach?
I spoke to him probably like December 2019.
Yeah.
But wasn't like able to make everything work, so I wasn't able to actually get there.
I got you. So for those of you listening that want to run for a college, I always say you have to be proactive. You have to be reaching out to the coaches. Tell them how hard you're willing to work, especially right now where they're having a really hard time recruiting because they don't have metrics, right? The class of 2020, like yourself, didn't get a chance to race. Class of 2021, maybe some of them are going to get to race. I don't know. We'll see. So maybe. I think that by going and being proactive, by emailing the coach, by calling the coach and saying, Coach, I'm willing to work. I'm the kind of person that's going to put their head down and wants to work. I'm loyal. I'm a hard worker. I mean, these are the key words. These are the things that coaches want to hear. It's not always about raw talent, especially right now where raw talent doesn't get a chance to shine because there's no races. So, I would encourage you, Michaela, I would encourage you to reach back out to that coach. Let him know. Let him know exactly what you just told me, that you were about to run 3 school records, that you're the kind of athlete that wants to work, that you're the kind of athlete that shows up to the Nick Symmonds Track Classic and drops this, jaw-dropping time. And I'll tell you this, I helped a young man, I emailed a coach on his behalf, and I sent him the coach video of this young man performing in one of my races. And I said, look at those wheels. That's the kind of wheels that you want on your team. So I think the Nick Symmonds Track Classic can be, as fun and as silly as those events sometimes are, they can be a really great time to shine and show off your skills. So I hope to see you. But so what would be your goal here to get recruited and get accepted by what date? Would you like to join the fall class or fall of 2021?
Well, I've got other school here in California that I've been attending.
Oh, good.
So maybe fall 2021, maybe fall 2022. Either one of those classes would be awesome. Okay, well, keep working your butt off. I think it's realistic, and I think that it's going to happen for you. I really do. And I just one more time I have so many young listeners, so many young subscribers that are in your exact shoes. They were class of 2020 or 2021 or 2022, and I think one of the things that makes me most upset about the way that we have handled this pandemic is we haven't thanked our youth for the sacrifices that they've made. So this is me 37-year-old. You know, I'm not the one making the decisions out there, but I am the one saying huge thank you to the youth for the sacrifices that you have made.
Thank you.
You're very
I feel
welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Michaela, I can't wait to see you on the 24th.
Yes.
Thanks
I'm
for
so
calling
excited.
in.
For sure.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Next caller. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, Nick.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, man. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Oh, there you are. I couldn't see your screen. I know Ryan, man. Ryan's been in a couple of my videos. You got the Run Gum hat on.
Oh, yeah, signed.
Oh, I signed it. Oh, perfect. Ryan's got a Run Gum trucker cap that I signed. Is that the one I gave you when you flew out here from Florida for the race?
Yes, this is the exact one.
Did Declan tell you we just talked to him?
Yeah, I was on the phone with him.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you guys on spring break right now?
Yeah, we are.
Awesome. You still getting your miles in?
Yep, we just had practice this morning.
How was it?
Good. It was on the beach.
Oh, man. You Florida kids are spoiled a little bit.
I know.
I love it. I got to get back to Florida soon.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, hey, on this channel, Ryan, there we go. On this channel, I'm really trying to help people achieve their big goals, right? So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to help you set your goal and build a path towards it. And I want to know, what is your big goal for 2021?
My big goal for 2021 is to break 5:20 in the mile.
That is a fantastic goal. Hey, how old are you, Ryan?
I'm 13.
13, and you're going to try to break 5:20 for the mile? That would be
Yes, sir.
incredible running at any age, but at your age, it would be something special.
Thank you.
So I think it's a specific goal. It's measurable. It's achievable. It's realistic. But we need to put a time on this. When do you want to achieve that goal by?
By AAU Junior Olympics this summer.
Okay, and what's the date on that? Is that July?
I think that's somewhere in July, yes.
All right, that's fantastic. You got some time to prepare. What are some of the things that you can be doing between now and then to help prepare you for that goal?
That's what I was trying to ask you. I know you're a mid-distance 800, sometimes mile guy.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips on what I could do?
Well, you know, the biggest thing I always say is build a great base. And I know that over the last few months, you and your team have been working really hard to build that base. And as you get into the season, now that you're starting to be able to race, you know, you really have to just not beat yourself up in the early races. You know, it's still early season. If races aren't going great for you early season, just know that your goal isn't to run 5:20 tomorrow, right? You just told me that your goal is to run 5:20 later this summer. So we're taking a longer approach, right? If you said your goal is to run 5:20 next week, one, I might help you reframe your goal a little bit, but we'd have to do different things. If you said, Nick, I need to run this goal by mid-May, that's a different mindset than by trying to do it, you know, by the AAU championship by August. So what I want you to do is to continue to train hard and not taper into the races that you have in April and May. You know, unless it's a state championship or a district championship or a championship race where you need to freshen up a little bit, I want you to just keep working your butt off, knowing that you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger each week, and that when it comes time for those championship races, that's when you can ease back. Now, when I talk about running tapers, I think that it's something that I take for granted that I did, you know, 40 or 50 tapers in my career. But a taper is a decrease in volume, but not a decrease in intensity. So do you know what kind of mileage you're running right now?
Around 25 miles a week.
Perfect. So when it comes time to taper, you might slowly back down to maybe 20 or 15 miles, but you are going to keep doing the workouts. You're going to keep doing the strides. You're going to keep doing the intervals because you want to let your legs feel fresh, but you have to keep that turnover so that when you jump in that race that's at 5:20 pace, you feel comfortable doing that. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. What else? What other questions you got for me?
I just really want that goal because my PR right now is 5:33.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and I have a 2 mile at counties.
Yeah.
On Thursday, and I want to make it to states. It's 11:38.
Yeah.
My PR is high 11s.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you something that I wish someone had told me when I was your age. You are primed to be a PR machine because of your age and your work ethic. When you are as young as you are, you are about to get so strong just by the nature of getting a year older and a year more of training. So when I was your age, from season to season in high school or in middle school, it's not uncommon to have massive PRs from year to year. 1 year to a 37-year-old, to 38, or let me use my pro running years, but the difference between a 26 and a 27-year-old is not that different. But the difference between a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old is very, very significant. It's why freshmen don't typically win state championships. It's why seniors win the majority of state championships, because you're getting so much stronger as you get older at your age. So I want you to keep putting your head down. I want you to keep working. But also, I want you to keep setting very lofty goals, because just the nature of maturing, going through puberty, you're going to get a lot stronger. So keep dreaming some really big goals, man.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I can't wait to see you at another event sometime soon.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm coming to the track classic.
Heck yeah. Dude, we got some people excited about the track classic this year.
Very.
All right, Ryan. Great chatting with you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. I think we got time for one or two more callers. Ryan, who you got queued up for me?
Sorry.
There we go. There we go. We got the mute button figured out. What's up, Steven?
Not much.
How you doing?
I was writing a paper and I was like, oh, I actually got it.
Yeah, this is way more fun than writing papers.
Yeah.
You in high school or college?
I'm in high school, senior.
Nice.
So.
Very cool. What's your paper on?
Just creative writing.
Oh,
so.
Are you creative like that? I wasn't. I was a horrible writer.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, are you a runner as well?
Yeah, I do track. I do high jump and decathlon.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at high jump. So yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
If you're 6'4", you just lean over the bar and you've won the state title.
Well, I mean, I got 6'9" a couple weeks ago. So.
Really? You jumped 6'9"?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
for those of you who don't know high jump, Steven is a legitimate high jumper. Like, he's the real deal. Dude, how did you pull that off?
Well, I don't know. I just did.
Was that a big jump for you, or had you done 6'8", 6'7"?
So my sophomore year was 2019, obviously, because I'm senior now. But so I jumped 6'8" that year, and then didn't have anything last year. So first time jumping in a year and a half, and I just got an inch better. My form was awful, but
yeah.
I'm just so much stronger, and like I have much better hops than I used to. So
yeah.
So yeah, I made it, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
You play basketball as well?
Recreationally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could probably be like on a varsity team if that's what I did, but I do track. So
well, good for you, man. I love track, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for you in track, especially if you're jumping 6'9" already. How did that put you at state?
Yeah. So at state, I would have won, but I'm homeschooled, so I don't do. It's so confusing. My situation is so interesting.
I'm all ears.
So my dad has coached me since I could walk.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing track since I could walk, and I'm actually the youngest of 6, and all but one of my older siblings have done track at this high school, and my dad coached there for 10 years, and then my 2 older siblings, they went to the same college, and so my dad was like, hey, you're a sophomore in high school, just come practice with us at the college, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so because there's no good coaching at the school, he was the only good coach.
Yeah.
And then So I went and practiced with him with my siblings, and so my sophomore year, I was good enough because I got 6'5" as a freshman, which was ridiculous because I got 5'1" as an 8th grader.
Wow.
Then I got a 16-inch PR.
That's a big PR.
And so I just went to a couple of college meets, low level, community college and NAIA D3 college meets with my siblings. They're also really good athletes, but and then I did JOs during the summer. USATF, did decathlon and high jump, and so I probably would have won state, but since I didn't do it with high school, I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have some really incredible resources, right? Your dad, your siblings, the people around the college. Like that's a huge advantage that you have.
Yeah, I mean, so the college actually doesn't have a track, but
you're a high jumper. You just need a little space.
We go to Rick Baggett's down in Oregon City once a week-ish. So we can practice there.
Where do you live?
And in Clark County area.
Oh, you're just up the street from us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have done high jump for Nick Symmonds Track Classic this year.
I know, I saw that.
You should come out for long jump. Come out for the long jump.
Yeah,
you could just take a step and beat everybody.
Yeah. Is that next week?
Long jump's in a couple of weeks, I think. Check out my Instagram. All right, Steven. I'm going to interrupt you just for 2 seconds because on this channel, I really want to help people achieve their big, audacious goals. And of all the people we've talked to, I may be most curious right now to hear what your goal is for this year.
So, my goal for track, that's a good question. So for decathlon, I'm still doing decathlon just because I think, because I can. I've done these events since I, could walk-ish. And so I feel like for me, high jump is one of those things where I'll always be good at it. And like, I can always keep improving on it. But like when I just focus on high jump, I get really tired and it gets repetitive.
Yeah.
And so I try to at least like just kind of do the events with my siblings. My siblings do the multis as well. And so just kind of just doing it all. So for high jump, if I could get to 215, I could go to Worlds for U20.
Wow.
So
what's
that's
6'9"?
my goal.
Yeah, convert because we don't know metric.
I think 215 is like, I'm not sure. I think it's 7, almost 1.
7'1". Yeah. So for those listening, in international competition, they measure in centimeters. So when he says 215, he's talking about 215 centimeters, which is just, I believe it's just shy of 7'1". Yeah. Which isn't that far. I mean, you jumped, how long ago did you jump 6'9"?
A month ago now. But also another thing is I only jumped once off the ground before that meet. So, which I don't know. I don't know if you know a lot about high jump, but like usually you start during the beginning of the season, like just jumping off of boxes.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get to like jumping off of the ground. And so I only got like one day of jumping off the ground because we don't have a facility. We just go to Rick's, which is awesome that he lets us, or we obviously pay rent and stuff, but yeah, so yeah, I got one like really jumping day. And so I hope to get a few more jumping days, get my form better. And I think I can get pretty high. My form's pretty janky right now. So yeah, but yeah, so 215 this year or next year for the deck. Probably if I can get to like 65, that'd be cool. That's probably my goal for the deck, which isn't obviously as good as 7 feet in high jump, but you got to
start somewhere though. I mean, every single decathlete started as a specialist, in 1 or 2 events and then realized they were really good at a lot of things. I have a feeling that you could go in a lot of different directions. If you decide you enjoy the training of the high jump, you could be a very successful high jumper. But it sounds like you enjoy the diversity and the different options in training for the decathlon. So, man, I'm excited to follow your career. I hope you make it down to a Nick Symmonds Track Classic event. I'd love to see you and your athletic abilities show off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm doing a meet on April 17th. I'm doing long jump there. It'll be first time doing it in since 2019. So maybe get like a 2-3 foot PR.
Well, you already said you got a 16-inch PR in the high jump. So let's go for 2 or 3 feet in the long jump. Love it.
No, yeah, it's kind of fun. It's actually kind of almost enjoyable to come back 2 years later because my PR in jab was 150 as a sophomore, which is pretty good. But then yesterday I'm doing a 2-step, not even close to a full run. I'm throwing 160 and it's this is fun.
Oh, I miss being, what are you, 18 years old, 17 years old?
I'm 18.
I miss being 18 years old and having those massive PRs. As a pro runner, if we shaved even a 1/10 of a second off, we were pretty stoked. So, hey, don't question yourself. Don't question your abilities. Just put your head down and do the work. I can't wait to see how you progress over the next year or two.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Great chatting with you, Steven.
Yeah, nice to talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
That was awesome. I love chatting with you guys. I love hearing about your goals. I would say that episode 1 has gone better than I even expected, and the quality of our callers, their attitude, their ability to persevere. I mean, just the talent. We had a kid that wants to break 15 minutes in the 5K, a guy jumping 6'9" in the high jump. Incredible talent, and I appreciate everybody that called in. I'm sorry to those of you that I wasn't able to get to. I am also taking live calls over on my Cameo. I'm trying to do that at least once a week, but probably as we get more and more callers, more like once a day. But I appreciate everybody who watched this video or listened. This is available wherever you get your podcasts. A new episode every single Saturday at 9 a.m. See you next week.